I mean, this Kevin Shattenkirk report that we saw on ESPN is kind of interesting, but I've got to ask you this, Chris. I mean, if he's so interested in coming to
There's
Toronto,
not a goaltender in the world that
why
won't
wouldn't,
take
if
plays
you
for
were the
that
Leafs,
kind of
why
goal.
wouldn't you wait and get a read in the free agent market and maybe sign him in the summer first? Like, I don't get the rush unless you're just giving up, a draft pick and somebody from the Marlies. I mean, is it really worth trading anybody of consequence for what amounts to a couple of months of negotiating rights with this guy?
That wouldn't make sense to me. If you're talking about an asset that's part of the team now, giving that up for that period of time, I don't think makes a ton of sense. But look, we all expect the Leafs to, at some point, and my view of this is if it's not likely to happen in a meaningful way before the trade deadline on March 1st, but the Leafs are going to have to address their blue line at some point and look to make improvements there. And this guy is the biggest name that's going to be a free agent on July 1st, assuming he gets there, and he's the biggest name being dangled out there in some ways before the trade line, certainly at his position. And, I can understand why they're being connected. Maybe there's some motivation from an agent somewhere to have his name out there connected to the Leafs too. It gets kind of more spotlight on it, but I'd be very surprised if that was a deal the Leafs made right now, just because they don't have to. And I think we'll have a lot of talk about this, I know, in the next month. But my sense is the Leafs are content to not tinker too much right now. That they realize what they have. I think that they've after some years of various different moods around the dressing room, we finally have a very closely bonded group. They're young, they're learning the league together, and I don't think they want to introduce too many new personalities into that situation. That they feel this team's got them pretty far, and you might see some kind of depth trade, but I don't see a big swing coming at this point.